So, all right, 360 defense. It's called 360 defense because basically I can defend in a circle all around the front of my body, 360 degrees. I'm going to give you 7 positions, but after talking about those positions, I'm going to talk about basic principles. The 7 positions you should think of with each arm, I'll do one side, are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. From the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those 7 positions are a teaching methodology. They're a way to present the whole idea of positioning to the student. I want to make these defenses, but the truth is the 7 positions, as I said, are only a teaching method. Here are principles to follow, regardless of whether you know that this is called number 1. Here are 4 principles you should think of every time you make the defense. These 4 things: wrist to wrist, blade of your arm, bending your elbow, weight in your defense. Think about those 4 principles and you'll always make a decent defense. Wrist to wrist, blade of your arm, bending your elbow, and weight in your defense. So if I call Kevin back up, when Kevin makes an attack on me, I go wrist to wrist. As close as I can get to wrist to wrist, this is the best way to defend. Anywhere along my arm, from the tip of my fingers to my elbow, is a defense. This is a bit weaker of a defense. This may slip down, but I can defend anywhere along my forearm. I want to get wrist to wrist because it ensures the most stopping ability. It's also helpful for later on when I'm trying to control that arm, but that comes later in our training. For right now, wrist to wrist for best control. Blade of my arm, Kevin, please. Because Kevin can tell you that if I defend and use the flat part, the softer part of my arm, Kevin makes the attack and I make the defense, it's not going to hurt. Does that hurt as much, Kevin? I don't want that. I want to hurt him. So I use the blade of my arm, the sharp part. This is the ulna, if you want to know what the bone is called. I use that, and I use it sharply, and I attack strong. I hurt him with it. I attack. Blade of the arm. Next comment, a bend in your elbow. Always a 90-degree bend in your elbow, because you want to stop the attack. Kevin, attack in the sense so the camera can see it. I want to stop the attack with a bend in my elbow. If I straighten my arms, there's some danger, the attack slides down. If it's a punch, not so bad. If it's a knife in his hand, very bad for me. I always want to be stopping the attack in this defense. So I keep a bend in my elbow to stop. Wrist to wrist, blade of your arm, bend in your elbow. And the last comment to make is attack the attack. Put weight in your attack. Other hand, please. When Kevin attacks, I don't collapse. I'm not thinking defense, I'm thinking offense. It's Krav Maga. Even though we're making defensive motions, we attack. So when Kevin swings at me, I go out to get it. I still keep that bend in my elbow, but I put weight. You put the difference, Kevin? I put weight in the attack. All right. Next comment. This comes up a lot. People ask sometimes the difference between, if you're counting the numbers 1 through 7, the difference between number 4 and number 5. Number 4 is here. Number 5 is here. The truth is they cover pretty much the same area of the body. There's a slight difference. 4 covers a little bit higher. 5 maybe covers a little bit lower on the body. But by and large, they cover the same area. The real distinction between number 4 and number 5 is this. If my hands start down, I'm unprepared for the fight, no ideas coming, all of a sudden something comes up to my rib area, number 5 is going to be faster. Hands down, number 5 to cover that area of my body. If my hands are up in a fighting stance, or even that modified fighting stance to tell somebody to leave me alone, if from this position a strike or something comes to my ribs, number 4 is going to be faster. So if your hands are up, you're going to tend to use number 4. If your hands are down, you're going to tend to use number 5. That's the main difference between those 2 defenses. Yes, there's a slight difference in coverage, but the real issue is where your hands start. You want to get your